You start. Oh, I know. Hi, with me is Dr. Carol and I'm Dr. Cheok. So we are from RJ Clinic. Welcome to our live today. I hope that everyone can hear us well.
Can
you try to say something? See whether...
Testing. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Dr. Carol. Here's Dr. Cheok. So we are starting our live soon. So please do join us.
So okay, Dr. Carol.
We shall discuss today.
So today we are discussing a topic which is, I think, very important to not only women but also men.
Yes.
Yeah, which is the jawline.
Yes, the jawline.
So I think because we are in the field for quite some time, and a lot of times I notice people just focus on 2D, just front view.
Yeah, especially when you take selfie, then you tend to look at your face in a 2D dimension because when you take selfie and you see picture, it's basically imprinted 2D. So you don't actually see the angles and everything as compared to us doctors when we analyze our face.
Yes. So that's the thing when we see a lot of patients nowadays when they focus too much on 2D, and when we see them on the side view, they look like they have lost their what we call, they have lost their jawline.
Yes, more or less like you can see a very nice V shape here, but from the side you don't really find the side view very nice, especially the 45-degree angle whenever we take picture.
Correct. So I think it is very important that we discuss this topic to our listeners and audience, so that we are not only focused on the 2D, we also focus very much on the side profile as well as the 3D profile, and that is very important in we talk about the jawline today.
Yep.
So
we will show you some pictures. We will also demonstrate a patient to you. How we get a defined jawline as well.
Okay. Yeah. So the whole session will be about 30 minutes. The discussion part will be about 10 minutes, and the demonstration part will be about 20 minutes. So if in these 30 minutes, if you have any questions, do type in your questions. We'll try our best to answer them.
Yes, comment below.
Okay. So Dr. Carol, before we start anything, right, is there any thing, let's say I'm the person that I do not want to inject something or don't want to do anything, I'm scared of laser, I'm scared of machine, I just don't want to see Dr. Carol and Dr. Cheok. Is there anything like a special exercise, to do so that I get a perfect jawline?
Well, actually in the market there is quite a number, right? I think a lot of people do try putting on face band, and then pulling and see whether it helps with the jawline and getting a V shape. And then there's this also roller thing. I think that's recently quite hang also. The roller thing where when you use they describe it as a jade roller, and it helps with the circulation and it helps to improve your skin. Especially they sell it together with their serum and all that. And then it's the type of roller. So all those are actually external pressure. What we meant is from outside you press. But for long-term wise, you want to see result, you have to actually treat it from inside out.
Correct.
That means whatever your body's problem is having, you should treat it, and not just superficial skin and just pulling.
So you mean is we treat the root cause of the problem?
Yes, you need to treat the root cause. So there's a lot of reasons why you don't really have a defined jawline. So we will explain in detail to you and show you some example and photos where is your problem, because not every treatment is similar to is suitable for every patient. So when we come and see you come and see us, the first thing that we will do is actually analyze your face. So that's why we need you to come in person, because we need to touch, we need to feel your skin, your fat, and then the double chin. So it has a lot of components in analyzing your face.
Similarly to a woman buying an LV bag.
Yes.
you can't buy an LV bag through Lazada.
Yeah, correct. It's like you buy a luxury product, but then you never touch, you never feel, you never go and smell the leather. How do you know it's...
So you must use all your senses.
Yes, correct.
Right. So similarly, doctors, we also use most of our senses. I don't think we need to use smell. I just mentioned smell, right? No need to smell.
Definitely no need.
We need to see, we need to feel, we need to pinch a bit. and we need to do some testing and simulation. And this is to make sure we get the correct root cause. Like I mentioned, root cause.
Correct.
When you get the correct root cause, I think then definitely
then
you get
the
the
treatment
correct,
becomes
right?
correct. So that's why some of the treatments that you have tried, perhaps outside, you may feel it's not effective.
Correct. Yeah.
Because it's not the correct diagnosis in the first place.
It is wrong when it started. It's already wrong. That's why you get a wrong treatment.
So your wrong treatment, actually your wrong diagnosis. The first thing, if we have diagnosed you correctly, your treatment would show results.
Okay, so shall we start the presentation?
Yes, we shall show you some photos. So let's go to the first one. So you can see actually.
Okay, so let's move on to the first slide. So we will start with the causes, right?
Yes.
What are the causes?
So there's so many causes of undefined chin. So it can be fat, it can be skin, it can be muscle. So what if you asking doctor, I don't want any injection, is it possible?
So when you see this picture, right, first of all, I would think the jawline is missing, definitely.
Yes, correct. This is a man with a double chin, very heavy double chin. So you don't have a defined jawline anymore, especially when you are in a more heavyweight.
So this kind of patient, I think you definitely need to pinch it a bit, but I think it's most of
by
quite
seeing
fat, right?
Yes, majority is fat, it's obesity. So when you cut down weight, you definitely will have reduction of the double chin. Of course, we're talking about reduction of double chin. We can also talk about the fat layers, right? So fat can be inner fat, upper and outside fat. So this one is considered outside fat when you can pinch like this. But if it comes to here, then later we will show you an example. Inner fat and outer fat.
As Dr. Carol, what this patient come to you, how do you really check whether it is what kind of assessment do you do to make sure that it is fat? So
we pinch. Generally, when you pinch, right, you will feel that it's not skin. It's very thick. More than 1 centimeter like that is considered fat already. Because our skin normally don't go so thick. So when you pinch, when you start pinching your skin, like this is skin. This is definitely, most of the time people don't have fat around the hand area. So if you pinch your face, certain areas, especially double chin, and you notice that you can pinch it like 1 centimeter thick at least, so that will be subcutaneous fat already.
Oh,
yeah.
Good. So I think it's a good way for you can try yourself.
Test it yourself at home.
Which area is more
chubby? Yes, more chubby.
So if it's more than 1 centimeter, most likely you have some form of fat under your skin,
under
right?
Your skin.
Okay.
So especially the cheek area.
So, but when you come to RG clinic, all our doctors, we will also do adjustment. Okay. We'll showcase the video later on how to.
So we shall show you first.
Okay, I think we show them this video first. How you actually assess the fat. Yeah, this is how we feel the fat. So in this lady, you have some fat in this area, right? So
you can see we are outlining the fat.
Yeah, when you pinch, you
can see there's fat. A little more on her right side.
So okay, I think when we move on to the second cause factor, the first one we talk about is fat, subcutaneous fat, right? So what is the second one?
Second one we will talk about is actually muscle. So when we look at a facial profile, especially when you take a 2D frontal face, like this photo that we are showing you, the lower jawline here, when you bite, this is your muscle. When you bite, yes. So this is a chewing muscle. When you start chewing your food, then you realize you just touch here, you feel the muscle moving out, correct? So a lot of people have this problem where their muscles are hypertrophied. Hypertrophied means enlarged.
Too big.
Too big. Because of the chewing motion too much, especially people that like to chew peanuts, chewing gum since young. They tend to have a bigger masseter and a stronger one.
Congenitally, they will have this bruxism. Bruxism means you have grinding of teeth.
Yes, so a lot of people also have grinding of teeth at night and they don't notice it. So it actually creates a cosmetic enlargement of the lower jawline caused by the muscle. So if you have a little bit of fat, but most of the time, that means you pinch here, you just a little bit of fat, but you feel like your face is very squarish. So that is your muscle that we're talking about. We call it masseter, chewing muscle.
So that's why sometimes doctors can tell whether you are tamjia or not. You eat a lot or not.
Too much
this
durian.
is a trick. This is a trick to tell you, you find boyfriend, girlfriend, to see whether she eats a lot or not, or he eats a lot or not. One way is to look at how square is the jaw.
Yeah.
Right. So if it's more square, that means the masseter is very active. That means he used a lot, or she used a lot of this muscle. That means she eats probably a lot more than.
But bear in mind, though, I think men like a squarer jaw. Correct?
You mean men like women that's
no. Men themselves. Now we're talking about women patient. So female patient, of course, you want a slim, sharp jawline. But for male patient.
Okay, so what you mean?
So Dr. Cheok, would you like a slim jawline or would you like a more squarish jawline?
For me, of course, I'm straight, and I prefer to have a square jawline. A squarer jawline means more manly and more masculine. It represents more masculine in nature.
So sometimes reducing this muscle bulk may not be useful for men.
For men, correct. So it depends on your gender preference in this aspect. So we showcase to you this in this. This is a lady. So she told us that she wants a better jawline, right? And she thinks that she's more masculine in nature. More like a squarer jaw, more male.
Especially when you see one side is bigger than the other. Her masseter is not equal. That means probably she's chewing one side more. Especially, females, we tend to be a bit more careful when we are eating. So you tend to chew one side a little to portray the feminism. But then that creates one side masseter which is bigger. So unequal masseter. One side big, one side small.
So this is what we call botulinum toxin treatment, right? This is after treatment that you can see. So it is definitely smaller, the muscle, both sides. And it is still herself, it's still very natural, but there's definitely a better jawline.
Definitely a more V-shaped jawline that females actually want. So talking about Botox, is Botox equally the same? Botox. Actually, everybody keeps saying Botox. What is Botox? Botox is basically just what we call as botulinum toxin. It's a kind of toxin that's created from this bacteria, which can help to reduce the muscle reaction. So it will sort of like but after injection, the muscle will not move for the next 3 to 6 months. So it will help to reduce the bulk of the muscle. Because if you don't move a lot of your muscle, it tends to become smaller. It's just like if you go to gym and then you stop, the muscle becomes smaller. Correct? So basically, that's the same theory that we inject botulinum toxin in muscle. But of course, when we talk about Botox, everybody knows Botox, right? Botox is like a general brand only. It's a branding, right?
Correct.
So it's just like when you eat KFC. Means fried chicken, but it can also mean zinger burger. So when people come to us and they say they want Botox, we will explain to them, actually there's only a branding. So we are injecting something called botulinum toxin. Of course, a long name. So easier to call Botox. But actually got a lot of brands in the market.
So how about, a lot of our patients are very, when they hear Botox, they're sort of like very scared. So because there's a lot of negative reporting news and it caused death, supposedly caused paralysis, this kind of thing, and also frozen face.
Yes.
So what do you think about it?
Actually, Botox, when we inject into the face, is very, very minimal dose. It's like chicken dose.
Correct.
Very, very minimal. So those that cause death, actually, it probably is something else that causes the death.
Correct.
Rather than the Botox itself.
So it's unproven, right? It's not nothing really points towards botulinum toxin or Botox.
Correct. So if you ask any doctor, so I don't think they will agree with the fact that Botox causes death. Because if it does, then we probably wouldn't be doing it as well.
The Ministry of Health wouldn't have approved this medication for
FDA
research.
Wouldn't have approved it as well.
Correct.
So the Americans and the Europeans are using it been using it for the past 30, 40 years, the safety profile has already been proven.
Okay.
So there's no need
So for those who just came in, today's topic is talking about jawline. So we are already move on to the second causative factors on the jawline. The first one was fat. Second one was muscle, biting muscle. And the third one,
now
let's
we will show you the third one.
Okay, this one. All right. Dr. Carol, can you explain?
Okay, so looking at this picture, you see the red color line is what we call E line, aesthetic line. So this E line means from where to where what we want is a defined nose tip, lips, and a chin that are touching each other when you are looking at the side profile. So that's why some of the photos that you take, when you selfie, you take from the front, it looks very nice. But when other people take picture of you from the side, you feel like not so nice. So the reason why is because we have this aesthetic line. So when you turn and look at yourself, you can just test like this.
So now lunchtime, all people in the office, you can do this.
I think you can do this yourself. Just use a ruler or your finger, and then you just do this. So you can see that your nose tip, your lips, and your chin should be touching or almost touching in one line. That would be the perfect harmony of the face. So when we talk about beauty, we don't only talk about beauty from the front, we talk about beauty from 3D angle. So that's why when doctors come in and see, when we doctors come in and examine and analyze your face, we always ask you to turn to the side as well to examine this E line. So you can test at home and see whether you have a strong or a weak chin. So in the first picture that you can see the upper part, it's a weak chin where she has, normally Asians have weaker chin, correct? Caucasians have stronger chin. Stronger chin in the sense that their chin are more protruding.
The bone,
the jawline. So for Asian, we have this problem where we have a shorter chin. So this is a well-known thing. We call it Mongolian face. So what we have is our ethnicity causes us to have a shorter chin. So that's why in this case, we need to inject a little bit of filler to help protrude a little. Yes, to push it out a little and strengthen the jawline. So that's why you can see the upper part. Now you look at this part of the face. Now you look at her picture, this part of the face, before it wasn't that defined. Now you see when, after having a chin protruding out, you can see the whole jawline is being shown.
So a lot of people, they thought that you inject a filler into the chin, it's just helping the chin.
A lot of people thought it's from the front. Doctor, I don't want it to be sharp. I don't want it to be sharp. Too sharp. Too sharp is not nice. Of course, too sharp is not nice, but we also have to look at the protrusion. And then once you inject give a bit of support in the chin, it doesn't only help the chin, it helps the whole jawline, it helps to pull a bit of the double chin as well. And you can even see the chin muscle relaxing, right? So a lot of times we see without this jawline filler, what they have is like this, right? A stronger chin muscle where they are pulling. So from the side, you can look like their lips is a little tight. But after putting on filler, sometimes the lips relax and you can even close the lips.
Okay, so this is by using some fillers, right?
Yes,
later we will showcase them, right?
We will show you some examples.
Okay, so this is
this is our patient today.
All right, so I think we have talked about 3 causative factors.
Yes.
I think there are more, but these are the most common ones. And we will tell you how we tackle them, these 3 problems. And we are going to show demo to you how we tackle this problem. All right.
So let's have a look.
Okay, so you can see here, this is a 3D picture of
our patient today.
Our patient. So you can see.
So if we analyze back the 3 rules that we mentioned, so the first thing, did we mention about the wanted rule? We haven't told them about the wanted rule.
Yeah. Then we keep for later on.
Yes, that one we will tell you another special golden rule that we doctors use. So now we just look at the face proportion. So you can see her face a bit more chubby, more round, a little more fat around the cheek area. So it creates a little heaviness at the lower face. So she don't really have a well-defined jawline as we want. So the chin area you can have a look. It's more rounded. So we want a sharper version of the face. So she's concerned about her cheeks and her jawline. Yeah. So she wants a better jawline.
Yeah.
So she came to us with that.
In short, I think she is just near to 30 years old, and you know, when you start to age, it's very obvious. Although it's slight, but very obvious.
Especially in photos.
Correct.
A lot of people take photos and then they come.
So this is how she looks like when in real life, without a 3D camera. You can see whatever Dr. Carol has mentioned now. It's very obvious here. So later we'll show you how we actually help in just using one modality.
Yes.
Okay.
Just one treatment alone, and we can help improve the jawline as well.
So Dr. Carol was mentioning about this one-third rule. You want to elaborate on one-third rule?
So other than the E line that we doctors look at, when we see a face, we look at the ratio of the face. Why is it important? Is because when we define beauty, not only by symmetry, but also a balance of the face. So if you have a look, forehead, all right, the forehead length to from the eyebrow to the nose, and from the nose to the chin, it has to be an equal length. So this is why we call it one-third rule. So 1/3 of the face, 1/3 of the face, and 1/3 of the face. All right. So that creates a balanced face. So even if you don't have really nice features, you don't really have very sui double eyelid very sexy lips but when you look at the ratio, if you have a proportionate ratio, you actually look prettier.
All right. Okay. So this is definitely, I think she has a shorter...
She has you can see in comparison, she has a slightly shorter chin. Right. So what we want to do is help to lengthen the chin, make the ratio a bit more equal, and then you can see that her proportionate face will become better.
So this is the one that you mentioned just now. There's a huge biting muscle, right?
Right. So for her, when we touch here, so this is the muscle. At this lower small piece is where we inject botulinum toxin, okay, to help shrink the muscle. So you can, if you have any questions about the treatment, you can just key in your comments down below, and we'll try to reply you later on.
So what I can see here is the injecting toxin actually only helps the posterior, the back part of the jaw, right? It doesn't really help the front part. If you are talking about the chubby, the fat here, which it doesn't really help. Right? Okay.
So this is the E line.
This is how we do when you.
She has a very considered quite a nice E line already. So she don't really need much of protrusion, like we said, but she need a little lengthening. Of course, we will try to protrude a little bit and make it perfect as much as possible. So just a slight change to her face, but you can see the after effect is very good.
Okay. How about this one?
So as we mentioned just now, the photo of the guy, we have double chin. For her case also, she has actually quite a bit of fat right below her chin area. So a lot of people will try to remove this pad of fat by injection with like mesolipo or with like liposuction or laser lipolysis. So that helps to remove the fat. At the same time, to tighten the skin, you also need something else.
Yes. Right.
So to tighten the skin, normally we would recommend treatment like owl therapy, right? To help pull and tighten the skin, especially around the jawline area if you already have a sagging problem. So poorly defined jawline can also be skin, right? So if skin is already sagging, it creates an illusion of no jawline, like continuous one fold like that from the chin right to the neck. So owl therapy can also help to tighten your skin area around the jawline. So it depends on what your problem is, and doctor will analyze and tell you what is a combination of treatment that is best for you. Okay. So sometimes one treatment alone is not enough. You may have to combine it to get the best treatment. Right?
Yeah. So let's move on to the next one.
So I'll show you a little. She's about 30 years old. So she has already a little sagging. So when she has this sagging, what happens is that her jawline is not so defined. So of course she's a good candidate for like thread lift, alt therapy, but at this point she wished to just use one treatment alone. So we will show you with one treatment what can we achieve. A combination of treatment, like I said, will give better results. So you can see that she already have experienced loss of collagen, causing some sagginess. So the sagginess, it's caused by all this loss of collagen, which can be induced by a lot of treatments, can be stimulated by a lot of treatments like art therapy.
So what you're doing here in this video is actually simulating the result.
Correct.
With lifting. How will she look like, right? So I can see is that if she is going to do some lifting, it will actually not only help her jawline, right? It also helps her mesolipo,
yes,
this fold and
laugh line, this mouth.
So if you missed the video, I can show you. So once it's lifted, these two lines is going to improve significantly with the improved jawline as well.
Yeah.
So this is how we actually assess and also show you the simulation, the result that you will get.
Yes, correct.
Right. So move on. So far, no questions. I think you are doing a good job, Dr. Carol. So that means
no questions. Really, no questions for me. Maybe they're too shy.
Too shy. I see. Got question really later. We'll answer your question, May.
We will answer your question in a bit.
So this one.
So this is like I demonstrated just on the fat. Yeah, so we've demonstrated this. So if you have not seen this, this is the fat around the cheek area. So that can also create less nice jawline, I would say, because of the fat here that droops. Sometimes it droops. Yeah.
Okay, how about this?
So this is the V shape that we want. Like I said, when you put a V, it easily can be seen like if your chin is deficient.
Feminine.
So yes, so the feminine face. Of course, we don't want a sharp V like this.
Okay, so for male, never go like that.
Yeah.
We go like that.
For male, you probably have to be a bit squarish. So if you have a square face, that would be great for men because that is a manly face.
Correct.
Yes. So feminine face is a more V-shaped face. So we will try to simulate and show you, see whether you like the effect or not.
Okay, so before we move on to the demonstration of injection, I think we answer May's question. She asked about, is it okay for me to have Botox treatment while I had some health issues? By the question, I think is it that you had the problem and now you are okay, or you're still having some medical conditions?
Most of the time, I think Botox is pretty safe in any medical condition because it's a localized injection. That means it's only affecting that particular muscle that we are injecting.
Yeah, but however, there are several contraindications for botulinum toxin. Number one is if you have myasthenia gravis.
Oh yes, that is
cannot
definitely
inject toxin. Right?
Myasthenia gravis is where your muscle is weak by nature. It's genetic. That means you are born with that disease.
That means you wake up opening your eyes wide, and then by 4-5 o'clock you notice that your eye cannot open wide. It's like half closed, and then your muscle is weak. So those kind of genetically weakness of the muscle, you cannot inject toxin. That's number one. Of course, there are some other relative contraindications. If you say you have infection of the site, of course you cannot do.
Yes, definitely. No infection. And you must be clear of any infection, no fever, before we actually treat you.
And if you are breastfeeding or pregnant, definitely this botulinum toxin is not being tested before. I wouldn't say it's not safe, but logically it's safe, but it has not been tested before safe in pregnant mother as well as breastfeeding. So it depends on what are you having, and is it that it's a myasthenia gravis, or if you're asking me like if you have hypertension, of course it's very safe.
Yeah.
Yeah. You understand? So
common
it depends
things
on
common things like hypertension, diabetes.
Yeah.
Is it safe?
Yes, it's safe.
It's safe.
Correct.
Yes, correct.
So I think it's better for us to consult you and get a proper consultation before we actually answer. There's no right and wrong answer for your question. So sorry about that.
So any other questions that you all want to ask before we show you, we demonstrate?
Okay, so we move on to the injection.
Then we can move on.
All right. I think before we actually move on, I think we can they see this picture? Or can?
We can.
Okay. It looks very scary, huh? Look, your needle is so huge.
Doctors like to play with needles. Doctors always like injecting. Okay, so don't worry about the needle length. The length is actually basically for us to ensure a safe delivery of the ingredient as well. And also that sometimes you will see, so big the needle. Actually, it's not big. It's just that the size is just nice for us to push out the filler, because filler has different type of texture. Some is soft, some is medium, some is hard. Especially for chin, over here in RJ, we prefer a harder filler, because sometimes people come to us, patients come to us and say that they have injected chin filler, but then after some time they feel like nothing, they cannot feel anything, because that is a kind of soft filler that they have injected, and it causes the filler to migrate somewhere. So they don't feel anymore the chin filler there. But if with injection of a hard filler, it actually creates a more defined jawline, especially when you want a protrusion outside. Yeah, because of your muscle. So you will want a protrusion, so you need a harder filler, and with a needle that is appropriate to the size, it will help us to inject the filler safely.
Okay, so what we are doing today is a filler injection, right? This is not botulinum toxin. They are
yes, not Botox. Yeah. This is filler. Like we said just now, her ratio is not so nice. She has shorter chin, so we want to lengthen her chin. So to lengthen the chin, we need to put in something that is hard to pull the chin lower. Okay, so you understand the concept of filler. It's just filling in and treating it like a bone. So we will inject it right above the bone level. So you can see we are going in right now, and we are going in from the bottom because we want it to be longer. Okay, if we're injecting from here, it will push it outside. So we go in, and you don't really feel a lot of pain because we have already put down cream. So it's quite comfortable. You may have a little bruising and swelling afterwards, which is rare, but it can happen. So you can see for her, we have drawn the areas where we want to inject, right? So we are targeting that area, and we want it to be longer. So we'll show you the before after.
Yeah, better, right.
All right. So why do we need to inject few places and not one shot everything there? Because we want to make it more contoured and less like one big chunk there. So it will look very weird. Especially, yes, it may look nice from front, but when the side there, you'll feel like
one chunk there.
One chunk there. So we don't normally inject it in one chunk.
And also the whole jawbone is a continuous bone. It's a long bone. That when you open your mouth, you can see the whole bone is here. So to provide support, you actually need to provide the support for along the bone, rather than a whole big lump.
So sometimes, sometimes you may inject even up to the back part of the jawline.
Correct.
If you have a very sagging face here.
I notice you do multiple injection, right? Injection.
So yes, this one behind. We like it injection behind here because it helps to lift a little and pull a little, especially if you have a weak angle of the jaw.
So let's see some before after. How did the 1 cc, you just use one syringe, right?
Yes, we only use one syringe,
did it do
1
any
cc to help improve her jawline.
So
Wonderful.
what we can see here?
So you can actually see that her chin is becoming sharper, especially from the angle of 45 degrees. So when you take pictures, you will notice that her chin is actually nicer.
Yeah. We just want to mention about the 1/3 rule, right?
Yes.
So if you really measure, right, I can already tell the lower face is more proportion.
Correct.
Right? It's longer. And with this longer chin, she already looked younger already.
Yes, and you can even see that her face looks slimmer. She don't look as chubby as before. So it gives the illusion of a slimmer face as well.
Correct.
So this is the magic of having a filler.
And it doesn't look like it has been done up before. It's a bit one big
She
chunk.
looks very natural.
Yeah.
So actually over here in RJ, that's what we emphasize. We want you to look as naturally pretty as possible, without people looking through and seeing what you have already injected in your face. Right?
Okay, this is the front profile.
So this is the front profile of her face before after. You can see that her chin is definitely sharper.
Longer and sharper, right?
Longer and sharper, and then her proportion is very equal. So that's why if you actually, without telling you, people that have just joined us now, if you have a look, which face do you prefer, the left or the right? I think naturally a lot of people will prefer the right side of the face. Yeah, because this is what we call a balanced face. So your ratio, when your 1/3 ratio is accurate, you actually look prettier. So that's what we are aiming for. 45-degree angle is also very obvious. You can see she looks even lifted, especially her jawline area is more defined. Before that, there's a mild sagging here. Yes. So if you actually look before, for here, there's a little mild sagging. But after injection, with the jawline support, with the chin support, she actually look very much defined.
Yeah, because I can see some before the injection, there's some small indentation here. There's some mild sagging here. And after the injection that you
can see her whole jawline becomes like this. It's all pulled in. Yeah. So it's actually technically a lifting of her jawline. So if you have this problem, early mild sagginess with a chin deficient chin, definitely you can see a much better jawline afterwards.
How about this double chin that you can
for a double chin, you can actually see that her E-line improved. One thing, yes, her E-line improved. And then another thing is you can see that her jawline is more tight.
Yeah.
Especially the double chin area. It's tighter. Probably you see it better if you in person, right? Sometimes in photo, very subtle differences, but in person you can really feel it. So she's happy with her jawline right now, even with 1cc filler. Of course, she will need a combination of treatment for the best.
Yes. Right? I think a bit of lifting will do her even more wonders.
Yes.
Lifting,
so a little bit of lifting treatment will also help improve her jawline and also her sagginess of the lower jawline.
Okay, so that comes to the end of our presentation. And if you were to recap whatever you have brought up just now, it will be multifactorial. One of them is fat, sagging,
fat, skin, muscle.
These three things.
Bone.
Proportion.
So from outside, inside, you can just imagine your own face, right?
Yes.
Skin, fat, muscle, bone. So these four things can affect your face jawline. So what is your problem, right? So you need to know where the problem lies in, then you can get the proper treatment for it and achieve a good jawline.
Okay, with that we end the session.
Okay.
So we see you again maybe a few weeks later. So when we prepare another interesting topic.
Yes, I think we shall do this.
Topic.
Yes.
Then you can just message us.
You can comment below if you want to ask us anything, any new topics that you want to know about. So we are talking about jawline this time around. Next time we will have a new topic.
Yes.
Okay.
To a better jawline.
Yes, to a better jawline. Bye.